Hi guys, Vivian's here. Postcard from Cebu. I love you, baby.
Love you too, baby. So the pros and cons of retiring in the Philippines, which is kind of my plan for Vivian and I to go return to the Philippines after I retire. That's just a plan for now. I often tell Vivian she may like it here in the States, so that's kind of up in the air. But the pros, the things I really love about the Philippines, besides the fact that there's a fairly low cost of living, so compared to retiring in the U.S., you could probably get by with whatever Social Security is giving to you. I think the average Social Security check is about $1,300 plus per month, and you could probably get by just fine on that. You may want to have some additional income coming in from other sources, but that should cover you. So the cost of living is fairly low, and it's a beautiful country, guys. I mean, it really is. When you get away from the big cities and you get out into the province and countrysides, the beaches are gorgeous, the weather is beautiful, except for the occasional typhoon, but hey, can't have everything, right? And the Filipino people are really wonderful people. I mean, they're great, they're friendly. English is widely spoken, so you can usually get around in the Philippines pretty good and chat with people. Most speak English at least enough to be able to have a conversation with you. So those are the pros. It really is a beautiful place. There are cons, of course, are that there is, in certain areas, you got to be careful because of Abu Sayyaf, which is the Muslim insurrectos in the south, in Mindanao, the Sulu Sea, Sulu Archipelago. You have to be careful there. Personally, I've never been there and really don't have a desire to go there. Although Davao City in Mindanao is a place I would like to visit at some point. But there's plenty to do and see all through the rest of the Philippines, and you don't have to expose yourself to being kidnapped by Abu Sayyaf guerrillas. The other two cons are, one, you can't really purchase property. You can own a condo, you can buy a condo, but you can't own the actual land. And so for those of you that are really interested in owning property in the Philippines, your choices are going to be somewhat limited. Unless, of course, if you're married to a Filipino, then the Filipino can own the land. But we've discussed on this channel and a lot of the others, Philippine channels, about people being ripped off by their Filipino girlfriend. Usually it's a girlfriend and there's no marital relationship there, but that can happen. The other downside is healthcare. Healthcare is not as good as it is in the States. However, if you're near a big city, you probably can expect reasonably good healthcare. If you're living out in the provinces, it could be a really long trip to get to a hospital. So you may want to think about that. The other thing you need to consider is a visa. If you're going to retire in the Philippines, you're probably not going to want to be hopping on a plane to Hong Kong or someplace once a month to renew your visa and then occasionally leave the country and come back. If you're married to a Filipina, it's my understanding you can qualify for a 13A visa. You just need to bring the documentation, and the fees, I think, total around 20,000 pesos. So, which is around what, $500, something like that. And you qualify for the 13A visa. If you're not married to a Filipino, then there are the Philippine government, the Philippine Retirement Authority, actually promotes retiree visas. A program called the SRRV, Special Residence Retiree Visa, something like that. And you can qualify for one of those by putting a certain sum of money. Depending on your situation, the sum varies probably around 10 grand to 20 grand in a bank, in a time deposit in a bank. Certain banks that are authorized by the Philippine Retirement Authority, and you qualify for the visa. You can come and go as often as you like, and you have that visa. I also learned when I was researching this video a little bit that there is a SRRV visa for veterans, for U.S. veterans. The qualifications are you need to have greater than $1,000 per month pension coming in. You must have had honorable service, and you don't have to be retired military. You can be just like I am. I just DD 214, just did my time and got discharged, honorable discharge. And so there's also a visa available for former military folks. So those are things you can look into. I highly recommend that you do some research on the internet. Look into those. The 13A visa for me was probably the best bet because I'm married to Vivian, who is a Filipino. And but there are other options for those of you who wish to stay single but still retire in the Philippines. Then there are the other visa options available to you. Like I said, restriction on land ownership is restricted to natural-born Filipinos. However, you can buy a condo. So if a condo suits you, then you could absolutely go that route if that's what you want to do. So anyway, guys, there's some thoughts on pros and cons retiring in the Philippines. Love to hear what you have to say. Feel free to leave comments in the comments section below. We'd love to hear it. Up there's that subscribe button. Click on Vivian's pretty face. Subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you with us. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.